Alright, Woodland Hills Metropolitan District Rail Board Meeting for Thursday, July 25th, 5:30 is now in session. Roll call.
Russell Ryder here.
Carl Lucas here.
Sherry Ringen here.
Troy Stinson here. And General Counsel is present.
Rumor has it.
Alright. Okay, and we'll give Ms. Vance a few minutes. We'll now enter executive session for determined positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations under CRS 24640240 and personnel matters under CRS 24641F1. Or I guess I need a motion, right, don't I?
I motion to enter executive session.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now executive session, right?
Yeah, don't stumble on your words.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go on here. You guys ready back there? Are you good? Okay. All right, we're at item 5, President's welcome remarks. First of all, welcome everybody. I know it's been a couple months since we've been here. Many of you know that we had the flags lowered. I think they're still lowered, correct?
Yes.
They're still at half staff through Saturday.
Through Saturday.
I also just read that today Governor Polis ordered that the flag be lowered on Saturday.
Okay. They're honored, Carl, that you speak on, but they're lowered on behalf of,
Sergeant Major Ryan, I only knew him as Ryan, his name was James. Sarter. He's a Green Beret out of 10th Group, stationed at Fort Carson. He's lived here almost as long as me. Well, a little bit longer than me. And he was a fantastic guy. He died in Iraq. His funeral is Saturday at the Air Force Academy.
Do you know if anything's being done for the family?
They've got lots of support.
Okay.
Lots of support.
So everything all in military.
a lot of the community came together and came out last week, put the flags out.
Yeah, been a lot of community support. Then there's, I mean, she's really, the whole family has really just been community hugged. And
So what was that yesterday? No, it's just.
yesterday, that was his body. His body was flown in,
Got it.
and it was taken. Yesterday was the private showing for family and close friends,
Got it.
and today there was open viewing, and then the funeral is on Saturday.
So I just want to say thank you to the Woodland Hills community for reaching out to them and putting your arms around them, and keeping them in everybody's thoughts and prayers for the last week and a half. With that being said, would someone like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, item 6, approval of agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval, disapproval of board minutes.
so I move to approve.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Attorney's report.
This is a monumental moment. I don't have anything to report.
Keep it nice and calm.
All right. I
No,
know.
I don't either.
Can you make sure we highlight that?
Ted, shut up for a while, you mean?
How about all that?
Item 9, the financial report.
I mean, their May and June are both in there, so it's nothing major.
I looked it over and there was nothing that stuck out. It was-
I think the financials are looking fairly decent, as we go into our 6th month of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Park and Rec, our program revenue is up, which, kudos to the whole team for that. We've kept salaries and wages in line.
I thought it looked good. I think the only increase that I've seen was, we talked about with chemicals for the wastewater treatment
Yeah.
facility is pretty hefty compared to what was budgeted, so. Okay,
I move to accept the financial report.
I'll second. Any other discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Parks and Rec report?
Yep, so, I'm going to let Katie Newbill speak to you all on the expansion committee. She represents them. She has a couple of motions she'd like to put in front of you.
Good evening. So tonight we are asking for approval to move forward with the project manager and design phase for the expansion. We are also asking for you all to, for us to be able to allocate Rachel to speak with the bond rep.
Okay. Background, for those of you that haven't spoken to the committee, this was the committee that was put together months ago in response to the survey that went out this year, which was kind of a piggyback survey on the 16 survey for the Parks and Rec expansion, to expand Rec Center East based on what the community wanted in that survey. With that being said, the committee came back with some research that they had went out and got from different vendors, different construction companies, project management companies, different things just to verify some the numbers and look at pushing something forward to bond council and to project manager to go ahead and move forward with design and hard costs, so that we don't lose our window on the 2019
Codes.
building codes that are due to change here coming up in October. So with that being said, they've come back with some pretty, and we've talked about it in a couple other meetings. The number one thing on that Parks and Rec survey was the expanded cardio and weight room addition to Rec Center East. And their recommendation is to move forward with going to talk to the bond council and project manager and go into a design phase for that, so that we can lock in this year's building codes. That's the ask, right? We got that right? Okay. With that being said, I know there's some other items on that survey. There's a gymnasium, there's some bike rooms, some expanding the outdoor pool and things. We don't have funds to do everything now, so we're gonna have to do it as we can and as we can fund it. With that being said, the next phase of this is to go to a project manager and for hard costs and for, to lock us into the building codes and get a design put together for that. For the community's knowledge, we are looking at metal building construction that could be expandable in the future.
It would be stucco too, so it's still stucco.
So, With that being said, I will make a motion that we move forward and have our admin, or have Rachel engage the bond council and have the committee move forward with reaching out and bringing a project manager to the table for the design phase. And the board will monitor as we go through with the committee and keep the community engaged and apprised of where we're at in the process and what steps we're in moving forward. So I'll make that motion now.
Second.
Any other discussion on that? I'll open it up
Just
for
make
any.
sure everything is handicapped,
Everything
Yes.
handicapped?
Oh,
yes.
ADA compliant.
It would have to be ADA compliant, so.
otherwise I'll be complaining. So if the codes are changing in October, it will be effective 1/1/2020? Can this all get done by then?
It won't get done, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna lock us into current building codes once we reach out.
So you have to have
Grandfather us in.
like a contract or something to bring?
Yes, with the project
We'll have-
manager.
yeah.
Project manager, okay.
So, any other questions? Okay, well, that motion's on the table.
I'll second it.
Motion's been seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries.
Comment.
Go ahead.
It's a compliment to
Wait.
this board that what has happened is the board is reaching out to the community and creating, if you will, subcommittees to deal with particular issues. So you're getting the benefit of folks in the community working with the board on a particular issue, and that's a very healthy way to pursue things. So it isn't the board doing all of it, but conversely, the board is getting the input from the community. So this is a very healthy process. So my compliments to the board for what y'all are doing.
Thank you. You said you weren't gonna speak, though.
Well, my tongue said it was tired, it just had to do
Now
something.
that we've reached this part, this question would have been moot prior to your vote. We do have a legal question for Mr. Vanderlo, and we just want to know, should we ask that now, or would you like us to table that and ask him at another time?
Yes, table it, ask it later,
Ask it later.
because that becomes attorney-client privilege, and I don't want to discuss it necessarily
Gotcha.
before even know
That's all
what
we
it
need
is.
to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not turning it down, I'm just saying the
No, I
timing
understand.
needs to be
No, I
different.
We just did want to go behind the board,
Okay.
ask him up.
And just let us know, that now that it's approved, if it comes that we need to have a special meeting to engage, whether it's bond council or something, let us know.
Okay.
Or just reach out to us and
Yeah.
we'll get something set up and get everybody back in here, get that taken care of.
You may not need bond counsel now, you may just need the bonding underwriting folk who handle the administration of one of these things.
We'll also find out what exactly we need for their approval, or for
Mhm.
their information. The next one, part-time handbook, I'll table that to item 12 on the agenda. So summer operations, so August 5th to August 9th, the outdoor pool hours will go to 1 to 7. And then the week of August 12th through August 31st, Thursdays and Fridays, 1 to 7, Saturdays, 10 to 7, and then Labor Day, we go 10 to 4. So the month of July, actually, is 29 days of operation since the last board meeting. We had 1784 users, 20 full days of operation due to inclement weather. And then facility usage, so our usage since January 2019 at RCE has been 16,900, which is a 23% increase from 2018. CCW usage here is 22,453 since January. Programming updates, our gym swim lessons continue to be strong, 72. I'm sorry, that should say July swim lessons. Private swim lessons, 51, and then, of course, August, because school goes back, our lessons will only be in the afternoons. We did have a Red Cross lifeguarding class, we had 6 participants, and then we had some July 4th activities. Sports or T-ball ended July 13th, fall soccer registration began June 1st, we're 100% capacity. We have our coaches meeting next week, and then practice begins August 5th with the first game August 17th. Parents' Night Out, we went to 2 times this month, or 2 times over the summer, and it continues to be very strong for us. Our August will be the last month for 2 Parents' Night Out, and then we'll go back to the 1. Silver Sneakers, again, it continues to be a very strong program across the Aqua, the Land, So that kudos to all the Silver Sneakers instructors. We have 2 of them present here tonight, so kudos to you guys. Through a collaboration with the National Council on Aging and their providers, we are going to be a site location for Moving for Better Balance, which will begin August 5th for 6 weeks. We are full. They restrict you to 15, and we are full. It's a wonderful program. It's for senior, well, actually it's for people over the age of 55 or anyone younger than that has mobility issues. It just teaches them about how to prevent falls. It's actually moves through Tai Chi, so it's actually a very wonderful program, and it's a grant from the National Council on Aging. There's no cost. We're just a site location, but we've had great response. Another one that we're doing through the National Council on Aging is Aging Mastery Program, and this really is for anyone. It talks about, as you age, what you need to be sure you have in place, finances, wills, all of these kind of things. And it is also a 12-week program. It starts August 9th for once a week. Again, there's no charge for that. It's through a grant through the National Council on Aging. Again, we're just a site provider for people out east of the Springs. We did do July fitness promos. We were very successful, and we're having August promos as well. We're trying to get more people into our fitness classes. Mini camps were successful again. They were those 4 sessions, and we were at capacity. Fall youth program is being developed. We know that that's an age group we're not doing well at all, and so we're looking at after-school activities and Saturdays, and those kind of programs will begin in September. Community, we did have our July 4th pancake breakfast. We do that in collaboration with the Boy Scouts and American Legion. It was successful, Fran, I think they had.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, very successful. We did some face painting and bike race and that kind of thing, so it was really good. July 20th, we did have a community picnic through Falcon Community Connections. You guys got rained out a little bit.
2 hours after the picnic started, yes, but everyone had a wonderful time. And I must say, the fire department, that we had 2 houses show up, and I'll tell you what, they enjoyed the food. And we made sure they took some with them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I
Kudos to
think
you.
they steal about tray and a half of that snickerdoodle stuff.
They're not the only ones that were good.
My mother made those.
They were good.
July 27th is our field day. That's the Saturday at Falcon Park from 12 to 2. In August, we do have our monthly team in service, August fitness promotion, Moving for Better Balance, Aging Mastery. We are having our end of season luau here at CCW on August 24th. We're gonna have flyers, we'll come out on that soon. We're hoping that that'll go over real well. It's our first time doing that. Bingo August 2nd, and then of course our parents' night out. That's all I've got.
I have one question. I got sent a couple of emails about the rec center west pool, and then I seen some traffic on, next door from the community. And what's our general usage in
Sure.
the evenings and things going forward? Cause I know we've seen it posted, we were only opening the outdoor pool on the weekends, starting August 1st.
No, I'm not sure how that rumor got started. We've never done that. So typically, so in 2017, once school started, we went to Thursday and Fridays 10 to 7, Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 7 for the whole month of August. In 2018, we did the same thing. We had those hours. No, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. I'm sorry, in 2018, based on the usage in 2017, that we had very little usage on Thursdays, we went Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So this year we're expanding a little bit. We're going that August 5th to August 9th, 1 to 7 that week. We had, in 2018, we had 2.5 users per day that we were open. And on the warm day that was 85 degrees or above, we had 18 users. So the usage goes down considerably once school starts and the weather will start to change. We do take a lot of factors into consideration. For example, we pull up the extended forecast for every month. The extended forecast for August, the week of the 5th, 78, 77, 84, 80, 75, 79. And then it kind of stays in that same ballpark the rest of the month. In June of this year, we only had 584 users. We were only open 5 full days because of the weather. everybody knows those storms come in the afternoon. Whereas in July, as you can see, we had 1784, we had a very hot July. August, according to the extended forecast, is supposed to be very mild. So that's why we go to that 1 to 7 on those days.
How much, and you said we only see an average?
Sorry?
You said we only see an average of 3 users in the evening? over
Yeah, so in
there?
2018, we had 2.5 users on those days when we were open. And then on the warm days, when it hit 85, we had about 18 users, and those were primarily on that Saturday and Sunday timeframe. You see a dramatic drop in the month of August.
Okay.
So what we do is we look at, for example, in 2017, our hours were 10 to 7, and in 2018, we didn't, our usage from 10 to 11 in 2017 was low, so in 2018, we went 11 to 7. We had a lot of calls, a lot of feedback. Can you open earlier? By the time I get there and get my kiddos in, I gotta take them home to nap. So this year, we opened at 10, and we actually had quite a few users between 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning. However, in 2017 and 2018, we had no users between 5 and 7. And we had, actually in 2018, we were only scheduled to be open 11 to 6. We had some calls, can you be open to 7? We did that, and then no one comes. So we hear the residents, we listen to them, and we accommodate. We accommodated in 2018, mid-season, and yet we still had no usage.
And what's the cost, do we have, is it costing us more than, keeping it open an extra hour or whatever? Are we spending more money just for the lifeguards extra hour?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, the storms are gonna roll in at 5, so we're not gonna be open anyway. Today, the storms came in and the lightning came, we closed at 10 to 5, because the lightning came in, the storms come in. We're unfortunately, Colorado weather, yeah, those afternoon storms.
Okay.
So we've had, I am not on Nextdoor, but a staff member is a family member or a resident, and she updated me on that. So we met yesterday, actually, and that's when we determined our hours going
I'm generally
forward.
not either unless somebody brings it to my attention.
I'm not a
No
resident, so I'm not
phone
on it,
calls,
yeah.
so.
So we try and we listen to the residents as much as we can. We were very pleased to see the usage from 10 to 11 this year.
I just wanna make sure that we're
Absolutely.
maximizing, the
Yeah.
community pays for the amenities,
Yeah.
or maximize their usage of
Yeah.
it, so.
And that's why the week of August 5th through the 9th will be a good indication, because we're gonna be open 1 to 7 the entire week. And D20, we do have some residents that are D20. I believe they go back to school that week of August 12th, so. And then RCE is open the entire month, all day long.
So, Cory, when you did your analysis for 2017 and 2018, did you take the weather into consideration, that maybe people didn't show up also because the pool had been closed, maybe due to weather? And then the other thing is, why can't we be open from 10 to 7? Why does it have to be 10 to 6 or 11 to 7? Why couldn't we have that extra hour? There are a lot of people that work, they don't get home until 5 or 6, and it would be nice. And
So we did do that. In 2017, we had quite a few calls, and so that's why in 2018, in early 2018, we had a lot of calls, and we extended our hours to 7, and we were open a good portion of the summer, and our usage was very low.
But I was here last year, and I remember the weather was very similar as to what it is right now. And as soon as those storms roll in and the lightning comes in, they close it and it doesn't open back up. So that's another percentage that you have
Yeah.
to take into consideration.
They don't open if the weather, so the lightning has to be so many miles away.
5 miles,
No,
10,
11
10
miles.
or 11,
It has to be
yeah.
11 miles away.
Yeah.
And then after the 11 miles, you have to wait 20, and these are stipulations from the CDC,
No, I understand that.
so we
I
follow
understand.
those.
I understand that, but I know that a lot of times the pool didn't open back up. So what I'm saying is you're counting people that didn't show up because you had the pool open longer because the pool
Well,
was
we've taken,
actually closed.
yeah, and that's why we take into consideration how many days we were closed for the weather. So last summer, we had a much different summer than we do right now. The whole month of June, we had close to 1,500 users the whole month of June because it was very hot. I don't know if y'all remember, we started off right away, we were in the 85, 90 degrees, pretty much the entire summer. This summer, we had a very cold, rainy June,
Oh, yeah.
and our usage showed at 584 people.
Right.
Whereas July, when we had a very hot summer, we had 1,700 users. So you can see the difference. The weather is a huge issue. Some days,
Who counts the people coming through the gate?
the guards, they do hourly counts.
They do?
They do hourly counts.
I just have one more question to ask.
Absolutely.
You changed the gate things. I think I sent you an email on that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you
Sure,
explain?
so, in 2017 and 2018, we had the lower gate, and we had a
Right.
lot of feedback from moms with strollers or people maybe that have canes or you have some mobility issues and they needed a ramp. So that's why this year we went to the upper gate. So our entrance point is the upper gate. Because of the ramp, easier for the moms and the strollers, people carrying coolers or whatever the case might be. So we moved the entrance up to the upper ramp. And the feedback has been very positive.
What is the purpose of this weird locking magnetic type thing?
Are you talking on the lower gate?
Well, actually, it's on both gates, but they keep the upper one open because that's where they're sitting.
Yeah, so we have two exits and entrances.
I know, but it's very difficult for people even to lift that thing up. And for kids, it's impossible.
Our entrance and exit, and I believe I explained in the email, people normally gravitate toward the lower entrance. However, our entrance and exit point is the upper gates. So that's where people should be exiting and entrance. And then the team was very good in accommodating if someone was having difficulty opening the gate, as you had highlighted, and they assisted them as well. But the entrance and exit is at upper gate. This isn't locked, it's just that
I know,
we prefer
but it's
the-
just for
yeah.
when kids, or even for me with my shoulder, and if you have to go to the bathroom, you're gonna go to the gate that's closest to the building, so
Right.
you can get into the building fast enough to go to the toilet.
Yeah, and so we don't wanna prop that gate open. What we experienced last year is a lot of children escaping. And front desk people having to go after the kids because they escaped out of there and into the parking lot. So we had quite a bit of that as well. So we've taken the safety considerations as well. That's why this lower gate is closed and not propped open.
I think she's just talking, and if I'm wrong, Tommy, I think she's saying that the lock is too hard for people to
Yes,
use.
yes.
Why can't we change a lock that is more,
User friendly.
that's a good way to put it,
Thank you.
user-friendly instead of this
User-friendly.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can ask Jeremy about that tomorrow and see
Because-
what he can do.
my own grandson, very helpful, just like I told you, he's right down there helping everybody. You need to get out here, let me climb on the wall and on the railing and pull the thing up. And then when he jumped down, his flip-flop got caught in the railing and he caught himself, but it could have been a really, really nasty injury, you know.
Yeah, again, I'll have Jeremy look at that tomorrow, absolutely.
Thank you.
No problem.
Anything else for Parks and Rec?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Water and wastewater report.
All right, cleaning and inspecting mains has gotten underway. We've had a lot of things, a lot of projects that we cleared up earlier in the year, and also some of that is kind of weather related. We are doing really well on the new wastewater plant. It's in full compliance with the permit. These guys are really pleased with the way it's performing. We are also having trouble with lightning. We've taken a few hits. We blow 200 amp breakers or fuses, and they're $200 a piece. Guys work, they're out at 1 AM in the morning, getting water systems back up and running, so they're doing a great job keeping everybody in the water. Just wanna do a little shout out for them. One big thing that we had was, one of our wells out at Guthrie, is having a problem, they're gonna have to pull it out. I guess that the repairs, being around $50,000, really won't know until it's pulled and determine what exactly the problem is. But those wells, you know, are in excess of 1,000 feet deep, so it takes quite a bit to pull them out. Also, Alluvial 2 well is having some problems, but you know, it's not affecting our ability to provide water. We're doing real well. We are working, of course, with Meridian Ranch on our Guthrie wells. They pay 50% of the cost for the repairs in there. Lift Station 1 is looking great. The construction is on schedule. The school was kind enough to allow us to use their parking lot as a staging area. Of course, that had a deadline. It had to be done before teachers came back for school, and they managed to accomplish all they needed to do to put that parking lot back in service for the school. You know, as you recall, our bid opening with Native Sun, they were considerably lower than the other contractors, and one of the big things was the way they planned on doing the excavation, which worked out very well. They didn't have any difficulties, so it was a really wise choice in going with those guys, and they're doing a great job. I hear really good things from our engineer. We're really pleased with their choice.
Can I ask a question, just
Yeah.
because it might relate to something later for us? The company that designed Lift Station 1,
Yes.
weren't they also the company that did the sewer water, wastewater treatment plant?
Yes.
So they did all of the design for everything, and then they bid on the project, correct?
They designed the project and then let the project out for bids, yes.
But didn't they also bid?
No,
Okay, I thought they bid on,
no, there are district engineers,
okay.
so, yeah, they will put a project together and then advertise it for bid.
Okay,
They do not do the construction, but they do oversee the construction.
okay.
So, all the systems are really in good working order, and everything's flowing the direction it should.
Treatment plant's doing good.
Treatment plant's doing really well. Zero compliance, looking really good. So, we have a couple of maintenance or warranty issues that we're dealing with RN. We've released their retainage. I retained about $50,000 in that retainage to make sure that warranty issues get covered.
Water tank, where are we at with the water tank? We can talk about it.
Well, water tank is we still wanna move forward on that. I'd like to see it start this year. But, you know, we're just trying to get these other projects completed, and, you know, lift station, of course, is taking all of our energy right now, so.
But is last time we talked about it, we talked about they were surveying the
Yeah,
line easement. Where are we at in that?
well, so the easement's been surveyed. I'm not exactly sure what the state land board's position is, but it was a formality, you know, to get their permission to get that easement. We've worked with all the landowners and gotten their permission to put easements in. We've had them all surveyed. So, you know, it's at a point where we could move forward, but we're just waiting, not waiting, but we're active in other areas right now, so.
Any other comments on water and wastewater? Okay, item 12, board approval of the modified employee handbook. everybody's familiar with it now, right?
I motion to approve the modified employee handbook as written.
Second.
Any discussion on it?
I'm not in favor of the vacation sick schedule, but that's my issue.
Okay. What, and that was the carryover hours?
Yeah,
This is the same one dated 21 May 2019? Okay. Any other discussion on it? Okay. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay.
Can you do the park and rec as well?
Okay, on the employee handbook, for the revision dated 21 May 2019, motion carries 3-1. The next one will be the Parks and Rec part-time employee handbook dated April 25th, 2019. I'll motion that we approve it as written.
second.
Any discussion on it?
Same.
Same. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay.
No, there's no benefits in that, in the part-time.
Part-time.
Oh, this is the part-time.
Yeah,
Part-time.
they would have
My
no
bad, I am
benefits.
so sorry, I approve that one, yes.
Okay, just for the record, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay,
I apologize.
motion carries 4-0.
Well, you probably remember like moments.
He's not
Okay.
talking loud enough like he usually does.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hard of hearing as it is.
Sorry. Okay,
Thank you.
item 13, discussion of third-party payment processor, doxo.com. This has been a big issue, I guess.
You wanna talk about it?
I'll let you.
Oh, great.
Unless you want me to, I can.
No, it's just a website, I guess they did contact our office and asked to be our, third-party payment processor kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
And anyway, we denied that, we did not want someone else involved, and what this company does is, if you Google Woodman Hills, they'll come up in that menu of sites, and it comes across kind of like, their Woodman Hills. You know, when you click on it, it has Woodman Hills logo on it. And it says, you know, make your payment here. It does say, if you read far enough, how long it takes Woodman Hills to get the money after they pay them, which 7 to 10 days. What happens is, it pushes people into being in arrears and puts them on the
Because you make it as a credit card payment, so if you make a credit card payment on our system, it goes up automatically. So people seem to think that if I make this credit card payment, it's gonna come through automatically, but it actually, they cut us a check and send that to us.
When did this start, this website?
I think we had one payment last month,
Well, what I'm saying is a lot of us who pay directly,
yeah,
is that, how would we know?
Well,
yeah.
I wanted
right.
to bring this to everyone's attention, and just because it is doxo.com.
You have to create an account on there, correct?
I don't know if you have
They
to.
have to
Yes.
register, so you would have to register on there.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
As long as you go to woodmanhills.org,
Yes.
that's gonna be attached to.
Okay.
But
I'm scared of
this website has apparently been in place for a couple of years, not necessarily for Woodman Hills, but I've talked to other utilities that are having the same problem with them. And one of them told me is they've been dealing with it for about 2 years. So, main
Is
thing
it
is
something
get
that
the
we
word
need to
out,
look
be
at legally, or?
That's what I
careful
was
about
wondering.
who they're paying their bills to. And we had a question, brought up by Daniel, that, they're using our logo, they've taken our logo and put it on their website. And, so if there's,
Is there any agreement between Woodman and this entity?
no,
They
And how are
said
they
the
authorized to do
agreement is
this?
from our customer, cause a customer signed up for
Mhm.
it. That's where they said there wasn't an agreement.
How did they get our logo? Or okay,
They
I
went
can
to
see
our
how they got it.
website.
yeah.
They didn't legally get it.
They have a link to our website on their page.
And we've talked to them about this, and they say, we've been doing this for a long time, we know basically how far they can go before they cross a line into, get into legal trouble. not that I believe them, you know, it seems like there's a problem with what they're doing. However, like I said, I talked to other utilities, and one utility actually called me and thanked us for doing something about this by putting on an e-blast. But no one else has ever confronted them or done anything to educate their constituents that there's a problem, and that's what we're in. That's what we want to do, is just let people know that this is out there. Obviously, if there's something we can pursue legally, I think it'd be wise.
Cease and desist letter. They're using your trade dress, copyrights, logo, blah, blah,
That's
without authorization. They're representing effectively that they are your agent for purposes of collecting when they don't have the authority to do that.
Right.
We're gonna need to send out, whether it's an e-blast or message to the community, that it's not a representation of Woodman Hills.
We did that.
Okay. And
Yeah, we're using
we're
every all the
following
social
up on
media
that.
we can, plus we planned on continuing the e-blast and et cetera to notify, like, plus it's on our website.
Yeah, and that worked pretty good, cause I don't go to Nextdoor or any other than things, and I got that alert, so. But I knew about them prior, nasty people.
So just alert your neighbors, you know, that if they aren't aware. Thank you.
Do you want me to send a C&D letter or no?
I think
Yeah.
we need to, I think we need to see
Yeah.
what our legal.
I'm not sure, is the logo, I don't know if our logo is trademarked, cause there's no TM by it.
I have no idea if it's copyrighted.
So, you know, we might wanna even look into that.
Well, I
That's a
think
separate issue,
the
which
fact
is
that
you
they're saying
can,
they're
we can trademark it in the state of
representing us.
Colorado for less than $100.
Got it, yeah.
We can trademark the logo.
Yeah.
We just did that on somebody else last week.
Did somebody in conversation with them on our end make a comment about the logo, to your knowledge?
Yeah, Christina.
Because I'm looking at
The
the
logo's-
website now, and I'm no longer seeing the logo. However, they still say, right under the pay bill button, pay Woodman Hills Metropolitan District quickly and securely with your Visa, MasterCard, et cetera. So they are representing that they
They're
are
your
us,
agent.
Are they collecting a fee to do
Yes.
that?
presumably.
Yeah, a processing fee. That's how they make their money.
I'll
Get 'em, Ted.
Let you guys work that out, and just kind of surprised on where
Suck 'em.
Somebody give me the contact info, please.
Yeah, we can get you a phone number. That's what Christina did.
She told me.
Anything else? Any other discussion on that? Okay, we're gonna move to item 14, public comment regarding current. We need to change that statement on there, doesn't it? Public comment regarding items not on the agenda. That's what it needs to say. Does somebody have to sign in sheet back here?
That deal with, with
Sorry, we usually have somebody back there to bring it up.
public comments.
Oh, it's current business.
Right, so we're not talking about things that happened 35 years ago.
Right.
I think that's his job.
Yeah, right.
He's fired.
Okay, Carolyn? Okay.
I gotta stay near the door in case you kick me out of here.
No.
Don't be afraid, Larry.
Come on up.
Public speaking's on my thing. Number one, this is a bedroom community, right? It's considered residential bedroom type.
I would
Okay,
say yes.
from probably Stapleton, maybe a little north, down to Woodman. Can we get some signs that say Jake brake muffler required, or whatever? We've got these trucks coming in and out of there, they're throwing their Jake brake on it, well, they call it muffler brake here, or what kind of brake? Back to my day, it was a Jake brake. But anyways, I've seen a lot of towns that have those signs up there, because these guys at 5 in the morning are hitting the 7-Eleven, excuse me, and it's ridiculous. I know there's a lot of cars and Bubba out there with his pickup truck and a rope and stuff, you can't stop that, we're stuck with that. But these guys don't have to do it, they got brakes in there. That was the first thing I wanted to make. The second thing was, there's been 26 accidents at that 7-Eleven.
That's right.
I see them because I look out my window and I watch the 7-Eleven, I watch people getting, I think there's been 3 killed there. I don't know if you guys can do anything or not about that, more than likely you can't, but just bringing it up.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, that's the bent grass development, and there's more development going on in there, and they're gonna be required to put traffic control in that intersection. That's what I was told. So, I believe that's being addressed.
Before
Yeah.
some more people
And
get killed.
I don't have a time frame, but I would think that they'll probably require them to install that traffic control before they can start building, so.
It would
Really?
have to go to El Paso County though, right?
That's
I
El
would
Paso.
also,
That's-
as far as the Meridian Road stuff, if you make it to one of the county commissioner meetings during the week and bring that to their attention, the more people that bring that to their attention, the more, I believe their next meeting is on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Don't quote me on that, but it's on the El Paso County site, but I believe it is on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so the roads are either going to be El Paso County or state highway. So those are the people to contact about signage and traffic control.
Except for that signage we discussed about the trucks parking on
Thank you, sir.
the property lines.
On, off of Stapleton.
Yes.
Right.
As to the signs, you might consider, Jerry just alluded to it, CDOT, Colorado Department of Transportation. Because they
Okay.
commonly regulate the roads and signage on the roads, and you will see in a lot of places the comments about Jake breaks.
Didn't
Can you send a message down to county?
I was
Contact
gonna
them
say,
about that?
we would support your request, so we will, contact the county about the signage.
Yeah, just,
And the light, I think.
Yes.
So that intersection's bad.
But that was addressed, so I'm thinking it'll get done.
The lights are part of the build-out package for the King Super development there. And the bent grass, that whole, whatever they're doing there requires a stoplight. I think it's, because the complaint down at the county commissioners was there was gonna be a series of, I think, 6 stoplights along Meridian, once that's all built out. I don't know what their timetable is on it now. I know they're having a longer process than they thought.
well, that one accident, that's the only way into that bank grass and the only way out. There was one accident there that blocked it for quite a long time. There's a lot of residents that couldn't get home. They had to wait for a road to clear. It was a mess.
Yeah.
One of the other things, there's trees overhanging the road in the subdivision here. Another one is these uncut lawns. I mean, it's a fire hazard. I don't know if anybody, maybe you can't do anything about it. I'm just bringing it up. That's pretty much it. So,
I'll tell you, we already, maintain, areas that are not Woodman Hills. They're in El Paso County, but, we want our community to look nice, and so we go ahead and maintain them, but, El Paso County is pretty much, bowed out, they just will not maintain them, so, we've taken it on. But, we pretty much are up to speed on our mowing. If you have an area that you're concerned about, you just let us know what.
Yeah, there's 3 houses. There's one of them on the northwest? Okay, if you go
yeah,
down
northwest,
Shoulders.
yes, northwest.
if-
yeah.
And that T-bones into Salinas.
Salinas Road?
Yes,
Yes, I live there.
on the left side, no, on the right side, that house on that corner there. We finally got out and mowed a tiny bit so that when you're at the stop sign, you can sort of see if anybody's coming. That's one. The one if you go straight down, and it's not the house that you would hit if you go there, but one right next to it. They haven't cut theirs since that house sold.
And I'm not familiar enough, but I would question whether we would be able to deal
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
gonna be civil.
Private. And the other thing is, even when trees are on our property, we get in trouble if we cut them. People complain, so
It's up to
people
the
complain
homeowner
they're
to
not
cut
cut,
the
people
yard.
complain they do get cut,
I live
so.
on Salinas
But
Road
if
also.
there's
I think I've
a
been
safety
walking
issue,
one
I would
day.
think again, El Paso County, would be the entity to get a hold
I think that, unfortunately, I hate that I can't give you a definite answer on that, but
I'm
as
just
far as people's lawns and things, if it's becoming a public nuisance, you can contact the county, because this is unincorporated county out here. If there's not an HOA to contact, or there's not and I'm not familiar with the area they're talking
There's no
about.
HOA where we live.
No
I
HOA.
live on the same street.
So you can contact the county, they do still have code enforcement, so
Okay.
there's always that route.
Okay, yeah, that's why I came here, I had no
And they
idea.
tend to be complaint driven.
Yes.
That's what they wait for, is complaints, and they act based on complaints. So you need to bring it to their attention as a complaint, and commonly, that's how you get reaction.
And I hate to send you there, but you can always contact, even if you go on that website for county commissioners, Mark Waller is our representative for out here, for our district. You can call or leave a message for him directly.
And one of the problems we're having on Salinas, we have a lot of renters.
Mm.
And that's why they're not doing, you know, so we have a lot of renters.
But we get cars that apparently they think that you can go straight down Salinas and get out onto Meridian.
But you can't.
It's cul-de-sac.
Yep,
And they come balls to the walls down there,
yes,
realize it's a cul-de-sac, come back around and go out. There's kids there,
that's right.
okay? Somebody's gonna get killed. We had tried to get a dead end sign put there, and the county said, no. They said it doesn't need one. So we have a copy of that letter, and when somebody gets killed, then we'll go back to the county and say, excuse me, see this letter? And the other problem that we have is that people are walking through our property, his more than ours, we're the two end ones on the cul-de-sac. And they go through his property to get to 7-Eleven. It's not just kids, it's adults. They go through our ditch to get around, to go to 7-Eleven.
Is it renters that are, the homeowners that are walking through the property?
We have no
I have
idea.
no idea, they come from
All over.
all over. There's kids that come there, they party in the ditch, there's glass in the ditch.
Post signs on your property for no trespassing.
Okay, we've
I
got
have
a-
that.
You have that?
And here comes grandma with two kids, just walks right on by it. And I said, hey, lady. And she looked at me like I was calling her something. So it's a problem. I finished putting the fence up. I came here the last time for a meeting. We've had deaths in the family, accidents, and all kinds of stuff. We finally got back here, but I put a fence all the way across. I went to the fire department, asked them if I could do it first, because there's a fire hydrant on the other side of the fence. He says, I can take a guy over there and have it down in about 2 minutes with an axe. Okay. So he said it was all right. The other end, this fella here, the other end of the property, you've got that 20-foot easement coming in to service the manholes. This is on Salinas on the far corner, way in the corner by the 7-Eleven.
Yep.
I was gonna put a fence all the way to the other fence, but I can't do that because you've got that 20-foot, what do you call it, walkway? I mean, it's a public domain in my backyard.
Yes, and it goes all the way up. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
That was kind of a shock when I read that after I purchased the house. But I can build up to that 20-foot, my fence, or put a gate?
Yeah, you have to make it accessible. If it's not accessible, you know, we would,
But who does it have to be accessible to?
well, to utilities. It's not a
Okay, but
public
it's-
right of way.
Okay,
It's an
Just public
easement for
utilities.
Utilities, yeah.
So 8 feet?
I'd have to look. I'm not sure what.
The easements are all
oh,
different. They
for
can
a
be, what,
gate?
7 to 25 feet
For a
depending
gate,
on what they pave.
For a gate?
We need a 12-foot gate.
12?
Yeah. Well, just because depending on where it goes, you know, and if we could get at it straight, or if it would be more of an angle, but our truck is, you know, a pretty big truck, so I would be more in favor of a larger gate than a smaller gate.
I could put a note on my door, give me whatever, get a hold of me. Let me know what size you want.
Okay.
Because I'm shutting her down. And a matter of fact, I'll put a lock and a gate on that thing and give you the key. I mean, it's getting, I woke up one morning, here's this car parked in my front yard and the guy's sleeping. Not on the cul-de-sac, but in the front yard, you know?
Oh my God.
It's a little bit screwy down there, but I'm taking
I'm not
enough of
having
that
that
And for trespassing calls, if you're gonna call the county, call them early and often, is the best advice I can give you.
Be a squeaky wheel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Let me give you a-
Thank you.
Oh.
And Larry, you were number 2 on there, right?
Yes, yes, sir, I was.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody for volunteering your services and time for all this stuff. It ain't easy.
Thank you, appreciate that. Have a good
Nice to
night.
meet you.
Okay. Any other public comment?
No, I think we're done.
Good. Other business? Any other business?
I just wanna let you guys know if you want our CCR report, it's on the back table. That's our water report that we hand out every year, tells what's in our water.
I'm hungry.
Okay, there is one other business, real quick. I motion that we excuse Nicole from the meeting. She got called at work, couldn't make it in here.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, I motion we adjourn.
Thank you.
I think I heard 8 o'clock before.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.